All praises and glory, Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. All praises and glory goes to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the men of GMS who rule well. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect. This is Brother Boaz on the set once again. The Lord Yahweh rides on the swift cloud, okay, to Egypt, okay. So when this thing goes down, okay, it's going to be mass death and killing and a slaughter on this place, okay. You want to make it out with your life, you have to have these doctrines of GMS, okay, the right teachings and the right names. And I'm gonna constantly say it because it's a safety for you, okay. So that's what this is about. Okay, you wanna make it out of here with your life. If you concerned with your life and you wanna make it out of here, you gotta have doctrines and the right names. Okay, so you can make it out of here with your life. Okay, for a moment. The book of Philippians, chapter 3, verse 1. Finally, my brethren, rejoice in Yahweh to write unto you these things, to you this indeed to write the same things to you, to you, to me is indeed not grievous, but it is safe. Okay, so we're gonna say the same things over and over again. Okay, until they come to pass. Okay. Yahweh Shai, when he gets there, it's going to be mass death and killing and destruction. Okay, you have to have the right doctrines and the right names if so you can make it out with your life. Okay, if you concerned with your loved ones. Okay, if you concerned with your loved ones. Okay, but if not, you just go ahead and like a blind sheep. Okay, that's what this is about. You want to make it out of here with your life when this day comes to pass. Over here, the book of Zephaniah, chapter 1, verse 14. Near it hastens greatly, even the voice of the day of Yahweh, the mighty man shall cry bitterly. Okay, so all your army men, okay, and bodybuilders and army men, they're gonna cry bitterly on that day. Okay, it's a day of dark clouds, a day of the trumpet shall alarm against the fenced cities. They shall and against the high towers. And I will bring distress upon men that they shall walk like blind men because they have sinned against Yahweh, and their blood shall be poured out as dust, and their flesh as dung. Okay, as basically manure. Okay, seek Yahweh Shai while you still can. Okay, 40 more days, and Nineveh's gonna get overthrown. Okay, and don't trust in your little jobs. Okay, you trust in your jobs, that can't save you. Okay, don't trust in your jobs. Okay, that's not gonna be able to save you in that day when Yahweh Shai make a move on this man. The book of Isaiah, chapter 19, verse 1, NET version. This is an oracle about Egypt. Look, Yahweh rides upon a swift cloud, a swift UFO, and approaches Egypt. The idols tremble before him. The Egyptians lose their courage. I will provoke civil strife in Egypt. Brother will fight against one another, and as neighbors as well as neighbors, city and kingdom. The Egyptians will panic and will confuse the strategy. They see the idols, and from the dead, from the dead spirits of the dead from the pits used to conjure up underworld spirits and from the magicians. Okay, now that's talking about your so-called Illuminati. Okay, who are very heavy into the Satan worship. Okay, that's your so-called Illuminati. That's that rules the world, and they use heavy witchcraft. Okay, they deal with the dead spirits. I will hand Egypt over to a harsh master. A powerful king will rule over them, say Yahweh of heavenly armies. The waters of Egypt will dry up. The rivers will dry up and be empty. America's rivers are drying up, okay, at an astronomical rate, okay? They're drying up, okay? Seek Yahweh Shai while you still can, okay? The book of Isaiah chapter 19 verse 10. Those who make cloth will be demoralized and the hired workers will be depressed. Okay, mass layoffs and jobs lost. Okay, when you're in that day, you're gonna lose your job in that day. Don't trust into your little raggedy job. Okay, you're gonna lose your job in that day. Okay, this is a day of Yahweh. Yahweh Shai will be exalted in that day. The book of Isaiah chapter 2 verse 12. Indeed, Yahweh has planned. Indeed, Yahweh of heavenly armies have planned a day of judgment for all the high and mighty, for all that who are proud, they will be humiliated. Okay, so all the proud men and all the proud, they gonna be humiliated in that day. Okay, when Yahweh Shai show his, when he finally show his hand. Seek Yahweh Shai while you still can. Okay, the wicked needs to forsake. The wicked needs to forsake his way. Okay, we don't got much more time. So Satan, as we discussed, he's coming down with great wrath now. That's why you see ICE, Donald Trump signing all these executive orders. That's why you see in all these protests, all these riots. Okay, this is going to spoil out of hand. Okay, and don't trust into your jobs. Okay, your jobs, you're not going to have your job in that day. You're going to get fired or laid off your job. Okay, you got to seek only in Yahweh Shai. Okay, so he's the only one. He's your midnight ticket out of here, so you can make it out of here with your life. Okay, and mainly Yahweh Shai. Okay, and we will say once again the same thing. The doctrine of GMS, they cracked the riddle. Okay, they did it. Okay, they got the riddle. They didn't take a bag, they didn't sell out. Okay, they all the see that thou heard not the oil in the wine. Okay, the book of Isaiah chapter 6 verse 6. Then I heard something like a voice from among the four living creatures saying, a quarter of wheat will cost a day's pay, and 3/4 of barley will cost a day's pay. But do not damage the oil and the wine, the olive oil and the wine. Okay, that's the doctrine. Okay, the hyperinflation is setting in. Okay, as they print more dollars, that's going to destroy the dollar either further, okay, then you know what they really want to do, okay, with this mark of the beast. But we waiting for it. Devil, come out with the mark of the beast already, okay? Stop dragging your knuckles, okay? 40 more days until Nineveh is overthrown, okay? 40 more days until Yahweh overthrows Nineveh, okay? That's what this is about, okay? We don't got much more time left, okay? Time is short. Okay, seek Yahweh Shai while you still can, okay? While the doors of mercy are still open, okay? Or they cracked open until Yahweh Shai shuts that door all the way, okay? Then you're going to witness mass death and killing on that day, okay? And then when you witnesses urinate on yourself already, your heart faint for fear, okay? You're going to be pale in that day, okay? You're going to be humiliated in that day if you don't have Yahweh Shai, okay? You got to have Yahweh Shai so you can make it out of here with your life, okay? That's what this is about, okay? No raggedy job's going to be able to save you in that day, okay? Your gold and silver won't save you. The book of Revelation 6, verse 12. Then I looked, and when the Lamb opened the sixth seal, a huge earthquake took place. The sun became as black as sackcloth made of hair, and the moon became red blood, and the stars in the skies fell to the earth like a fig tree dropping its unripe figs when it's shaken by a fierce wind. The sky was split apart like a scroll being rolled up, and the mountain and every mountain and island was moved out of its place. Okay, so you can imagine the force of those nuclear weapons. Okay, they're so powerful. They shifted the mountains. Okay, that's how powerful are they. Moved the mountains. Okay, they shifted them out of place. Seek Yahweh Shai while you still can, okay? Don't let this evil, dreadful day fall on you, okay? And you can make it out of here with your life so you don't die with the rest of the flock, okay? Save yourself from the fierce anger of Yahweh Shai. So when this thing goes down, you be protected. Okay, you gotta follow the men of GMS. They got it. Like we discussed. They cracked the riddle. Verse 15. Then the kings of the earth and every important person, the the generals, the rich, the powerful, and everyone slave and free hid themselves in caves and among the rocks of the mountains. They said to the mountains and to the rocks, fall on us and hide us from the face of the one who is seated on the throne and from the wrath of the for the wrath of the Lamb, because the great day of their wrath has come, and who is able to withstand it? Okay, so Yahweh Shai's great wrath has come, and who could withstand it? No one. Okay, if you are the elect, that's the only people that's going to withstand it. Okay, if not, you're going to be screwed in that day. Okay, you're not gonna have you're not going to be able to withstand Yahweh Shai's great day of judgment, okay? Seek Yahweh Shai while you still can, okay? You only got 40 more days, okay? You only got 40 more days until Nineveh is overthrown, okay? You don't got much more time left, okay? Seek Yahweh Shai while you still can. And on that note, hopefully you'll edify. Call upon Yahweh, Yahweh Shai, Shalom.